that's a cinema opening if I've ever seen one. You guys want widescreen?
Oh,
Check this out.
Bro, I've been wanting to talk about that shot. It's like
Smash
you've been
cut
awakened.
to the widest screen.
It's like it's been 7 years and you are watching. You are being thrown and immersed in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, this is fire.
Well, we could just get out of here.
You and me? Yeah. Sounds nice. Although, I think that's a distinct violation of the Friends Code.
Here.
My man Froggy the Rizzler. Okay.
Froggy.
Everybody's trying to.
MCU is horny, man. Love, bro.
Yeah.
I would give anything to see this in IMAX. Honestly, just how they're doing this.
Interesting.
No. Just stay there.
Hey, I get it.
Oh, that's a superhero landing.
Yeah, they're definitely embellishing the physicality more. He's definitely been in the role for a lot longer.
I don't know what he's talking about. He said someone's looking.
Jeez! What the f?
Yeah.
What the f?
Yo. What?
Dude, the editing, the sound. Jesus.
Oh. He is cooked.
Woo! Might be the best opening post-end game for MCU.
Dude, this guy's out of his mind.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The light. Oh, I love the strobe. Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, he is. Look how many knives.
Not big on the strobe personally.
What are you
but okay.
doing, Matt?
God.
Jesus.
Ugh, I don't know why I love that shot.
Yeah.
It's just so. It's so freaking intense.
Because you can tell he feels the danger.
Oh
like,
yeah. He's like, I'm trying to get them out of here now.
I think I'd actually be angry if this scene ends with him getting away.
Yeah, it seems like he's not.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, not happening.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Bro, keep bonking him. Oh yeah, that man is cooked. You better beat his brakes off. Ooh. Ooh.
What are you made of,
Oh
dude?
no, what is going on?
I know he had some metal put in it.
What is happening?
One of my favorite shots in the MCU coming up. I mean
that
that
was in the
dude, this. But with the context, man, Jesus Christ.
I'm a little miffed.
I remember, Tim, when I talked to you, I said, bro, if I was doing Daredevil Born Again, you want to know what I'd do? I'd kill Foggy.
I wouldn't. Absolutely not.
What just happened?
Because guess what? It's Daredevil Born Again. You got to let things die to be born
That's a fact.
again.
Oh
That's why
my
I said.
God.
That's why I told you that, Tim. I was like, dude, I know you don't want that to happen, but I think it's gonna happen because the way that you hook people back in, new audiences and old, you have to do something drastic, something that's gonna. I don't think they actually were gonna plan on doing this originally. The whole 18 episode.
I don't agree
thing.
with that, and I bet I don't have the length of this opening song to explain why. I don't. If you have to resort to shock value to grab an audience, I don't.
I'm not saying you have to do that every time.
Now, I'm not saying this was a great opener. It really was. But at the same time, it also feels kind of like a bit of a cheap shot. Because, I mean, they open it with being like, oh, Kieran and Daredevil, they kind of want to. It's like, oh, wait, we all were kind of like stands for Foggy and Karen get together. Well, how do we fix that? How do we make that sit better in people's gut? We'll just kill him.
We've had 3 great seasons with them. I think I would understand that after season 2. If that's how they open season 2, then I would agree with you, my friend. But no, we've had 3 great seasons, and sometimes you need to push the envelope. You need to.
Also, he looks incredible. I want to see more of him. He looks great.
Honestly, I literally said that. I'm like, bro, Foggy looks hella like he looks so good. You got a guy who's a questionable person who's running for mayor who wants power to be perceived as a good person.
I ain't gonna lie, them eggs look good.
In this economy?
That's a
right.
Vanessa. I'm kind of in the mood right now. Would you come with me, please?
Vanessa.
Oh, perfection. What's the first line he says?
Bro, this is a scary man. That's like all I remember from watching Daredevil. This was like one of the most frightening bad guys. Like
him and Kilgrave, I think, are like in the top 4
yeah.
to 5 villains in Marvel. Period.
That I agree with you, my friend, right there.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, I'm Bibi Urich. Can I ask you some questions about the state of crime here in New York?
I don't lie over here. You can't even go out with your family? You gotta worry about getting mugged?
Guy's one of the best actors in the show so far. That accent, that grit in the throat.
all right, don't crash out, bro. Don't crash out.
In the absence of justice, the court can't punish this man.
Benjamin Leonard Poindexter, you have been convicted of 11 counts of murder in the first degree. In accordance with the laws of New York State, you are hereby sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for each count to be served consecutively.
I love that little shot of frickin' Matt.
How are you?
So they barely talk now.
San Francisco's nice. It's
Oh, she
different
moved.
from New York.
Good evening, New York. My name is Wilson Fisk.
The way the creators use his abilities in this season,
Yeah,
love the
they're
editing.
The chaos.
they're using the shots to hone in on them.
Vigilantes
It's good.
say it's no longer safe for decent people.
He can't believe what he's hearing right now.
Tonight, I'm declaring my candidacy for mayor of New York.
This is crazy. All he's done is lose for like 30 minutes.
A lot of engagement, a lot of depth, a lot of spread.
Boy, they cast him knowing what was going on. Look at that guy. Just suck it up to him immediately.
Why would you vote for me?
Straight up, because you get done.
They may as well have cast Haley Joel Osment.
Can you tell me how to post a TikTok? It's crazy the parallels, like the writers, they're cooking.
Yep.
Wondering if we could have a little chat.
Takes time for him.
That's clean. That's
music.
clean.
The slow motion walking.
That's clean.
You have children?
No. You?
Oh, no. I tried to mentor someone. Well, that's the closest I've come.
Didn't she shoot you in the face?
That is, I love that.
Wonder if this means Fisk will still be the mayor for Spider-Man 4. This time it's insanely
suck as a
personal.
coffee dog.
Vincent said he wants to fight Spider-Man.
That'd be amazing. See, now I want to see him do a little dance like this. What's his
dance?
Yeah. What's his iconic dance gonna be now?
Fisk can fix it. That's funny.
Fisk can fix it. Yep. He just seems like a guy who doesn't know how to have a good time. Like he just can't sit still.
He's like, it's like he's uncomfortable in his own skin.
Yeah.
He's like an animal
good.
that's like trying to stay within skin and flesh. It's like
That's good,
he
man.
doesn't
Yeah.
know how to be a human in a way.
I know about Adam.
Loveless marriage, check.
Yep.
Just another parallel to reality.
Okay.
What other advice can you give me?
I love New York.
Nice.
Best season opener, in my personal opinion, on a Disney Plus show. It's up there with like The Mandalorian season 1, episode 1 for me. Loki.
That's like a series premiere. I feel like it's more of a season premiere.
No, well, like as a season opener, I'm just strictly talking about as an episode 1. For my ranking as a series, it's high for Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, he want to crash out so bad.
Dude, I'm kind of surprised he didn't go up there for sad sex, really.
Yeah.
Like that.
He's into my...
I'm bummed out sex.
I think he's too angry, to be
Yeah,
honest.
he's
maybe.
I
in
think
his
too
emo
angry.
phase. He's in his emo phase right now. Come on. He's trying to get pissed. The thing about Daredevil I've always liked is that they've always took time in scenes. They always let you feel emotions. Most shows today like let a situation or a sequence with characters happen with like 2 minutes or under. Daredevil always kind of let time go with them and let us feel what's happening. And I don't know, I've never heard this song my entire life. On my Spotify right now.
Yes, I get it. He's in the red and Fisk is in the blue to give them a contrast. I get it. It's good though. It's good.
Yeah.
Damn!
Fisk has been elected the 112th mayor of New York City.
That's the thing about both of them. They're both men of rage.
Greatest city in the world.
Okay, Fisk, but here's the real question. Are you a Republican or a Democrat?
I think they're leaving that unclear on purpose.
This could explode.
Obviously, yeah.
We know how to take care of ourselves. We don't need a gun-toting vigilante who wears a skull on his chest, or a man who dresses in a spider outfit.
Ah?
Hey, buddy, this doesn't concern me.
Hey, you're beating on a guy who can't defend himself. It concerns me.
My man said, it concerns me. I respect it. Ooh. Oh, he could box.
See ya.
NYPD, do not move.
And that's that. Yo, they are riding on this show. They are riding on this show. Damn.
That name in a long time, man. And I don't miss him. He's a clown. You know, who needs him?
It's almost like the vibes of Spider-Man 2 a little bit. Like for me, like when Spider-Man retires in that like 20-minute-ish mark.
Sir, I'd advise against whatever you
I'm going to fix the road.
Foreman!
Right. It's just a couple of rocks.
What are you doing, idiots?
Rocket science. Remember I told you that I'd get things done? Well, here I am getting them done.
TikTok. On TikTok, I'm getting it done.
Yep.
I just wanted to make it freaking real.
Instead of drain the swamp, fill the hole.
Solid hole work. I'm filling in that hole.
Man, I can't remember the last time someone gave me that compliment.
Is there no video surveillance in the subway?
Okay.
They're like
I just need
144p.
Arnie to take over for me on the ride.
Yeah.
Are you anti-cop?
Client is innocent, and we look forward to him having his day in court. Thank you very much.
What does the Ayala family have to say about this?
Defense attorneys defend guilty people all the time. Grilling them like that is so bizarre to me. And most of the time, like, they know if their client is actually guilty or not.
Yeah, see, and this is exactly what I'm saying about, like, they talk about the vigilantes. I'm like, yeah, but the cops have an actual, like, union. They're an actual gang, bro. Yeah, he's a social climber is what he is, and those are dangerous.
Is that short for something? Beatrice, Betty.
Just BP. I was named for my uncle.
Ben Urich.
Uh-oh.
I knew him.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
He was a good journalist.
Like the book says, identify, interrogate, release.
So, any hints about your next book?
I love your work.
Yeah, this dude's scary.
I see right through you, Fisk. You're not a mayor who loves his city. You're a whiny kid who wants everyone to love him. A monster trying to rewrite his letters.
True.
Now that's a parallel.
Bro, why would you say this to a man like this?
I mean, the cop who survived knows who that guy is. That's where they gotta squeeze.
Yeah. They were saying that he just went up to them unprovoked. So they're not even saying that like they were doing a bust or anything.
I'm resigning my post effective.
That's
tonight
crazy.
at midnight.
That's such a power move.
I'm down there and well, pick me one up for
What
lunch.
the hell, dude?
This is what I'm saying. You know this is what this man does. Why would you ever cross him?
I'll stay. Be careful what you wish for.
Sandwich was disgusting.
Hector's history is
I love that little ad.
The jury will be deliberating about the tragic events of a single evening. The proceedings must rest not on my client's clothing, but what happened on the platform that night. Look, I get it. I get it. I do. I get the instinct to allow everything but the kitchen sink in as evidence, but it's not right. And with respect, it's not what you're up there to do.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay. Oh my. I'm granting the motion
Nice.
in limine. The people are directed not to discuss or introduce any evidence of Hector Ayala's life as White Tiger.
Jails are revolving doors now. Police officers have their hands tied.
I'm walking here.
Joseph, that was really racist against white people.
Bro, I wish I had a New York accent. Oh my gosh. That'd be so fun.
Find the witness.
Ghosts are hard to find, Maddie.
This could have been an email, but all right.
Yeah. This could have been a text.
Oh boy.
This dude is all about leverage, isn't he? Holy
What sparked you to come to therapy, and what would you like to get out of it? Vanessa, why don't you start us off?
Ted. No, you don't. I'm thirsty. It's gonna be crazy for them to see him there.
You're the lawyer.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And him just knowing if he wanted to, he could beat the brakes off of both of them.
Funny thing is, if he does, they'll probably never admit it.
Nice.
F him up. Oh! Ah, yep! Let's go!
No choice.
Oh, let's go!
Maddie's back, baby! Oh my! That was the best 30 seconds of my life. Ugh. The crunching, oh my god.
Are they dead?
No, they ain't dead.
Nah, they're not.
Okay, good, because I'm like, yo.
Yeah, that last hit, I thought yeah. That's how you do a premiere, baby.
Yeah,
That's how you do a frickin'
oh
premiere.
My god. Now this is the show. I will subscribe to Disney Plus for. I will pay for Disney Plus just to watch this show.
This was such a smart move, and I will be a defender of the move to kill Foggy, because you need to have a move like that personally. Not for everything. I'm not saying for everything, but for this story, it worked.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And it's hard to say goodbye, but that's because, guess what? That's good writing. That means the writers did their job. I applaud Kevin Feige. I applaud the team for having the guts to say, no, we're going to give the fans, they deserve this. They deserve the connectivity. They deserve the tissue, the thing that they loved. Even though we're going to let old things die, I love the title. I love the title change that they gave it, because it makes sense.
To be honest, this is probably like the best 2 episodes of something I've seen in a long time, bro. There were a lot of frames that to me were painterly. It's like a train that's on the track. It's on the rails and it's going in a direction, and there's no diverting it. Matt is going to be Daredevil, right? But I don't know that because the name of the show was Daredevil. No, I know that because of what they're doing in the show. I know that because of the tension that they're continuing to build up. If I never watched any of the other seasons, right, and I just watched these first 2 episodes, I would understand the landscape of everything.
Do you think that somebody who's never watched any of the 3 seasons could just watch this and be like,
no.
Yeah. No?
No.
I do.
I do not.
I am both.
The emotional impact majorly lost on anybody who's coming into this episode cold.
Yes, but it would still be shocking to be like, whoa, what is happening?
Because to them,
like that?
To them, it would be like one of the 3 leads is just gone. Like, oh, well, I guess they're not part of the show. They seemed cool.
Well, no, because here's the thing about it is if someone is coming in cold, they wouldn't know that either of those were leads.
Right.
The only one that they would know is
heartache
of Matt.
Any heartache we feel, they don't. Someone who comes in cold.
No, but the thing is that doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that this is their introduction to Matt's world, and so this is them getting oriented to his life now of the show. All that happened.
Makes for a rough
introduction.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't think that's a rough introduction.
I think.
Well, it does make for a rough introduction because you're saying this is a way that someone can get introduced to what Matt's world is like, but it's not. This is an exception to the normalcy of Matt's life, so much so that it fractures the entire group and sets up.
I see what you're saying.
Sets up to
I thought you meant
create
more...
a new normal for him. But it is extremely abnormal for him.
I thought you just meant bad. I was going to be like, that's not a bad introduction. That's a great introduction. I thought that's what you meant. Because I think I agree with this sense where it's like, yes, you're not going to get the emotional pull. I agree with you there. But if you're trying to hook new viewers, this is a damn good opening to hook some new viewers in. To be like, whoa, what is this?
Yes, but they're not going to feel what anybody who saw the previous show is going to feel.
Yes, but that's why
I don't think that's the point,
at the end of the
though.
day, that's going to be... Yeah, that's not the point, because at the end of the day, you're trying to introduce Daredevil to the same people that love the show, like us, but you're going to have to hook new people.
And I'm fine with him dying, and I'm fine with old girl being in Chicago or wherever she's at. Or San Francisco.
She's in San Fran,
You know what I'm saying?
Chicago.
Respectfully. But yeah, it was one of those things where for me, I'm like I didn't feel any kind of way about it, because I felt like it made sense in that, like, when I watched the show, it just made sense. Like, damn, all this happened, and now boom, like, this is where we're at now. You know what I mean? Like,
you saw the previous show though, didn't you?
I did, but like I said, it's been the 7 years. I haven't watched anything since.
And I do.
You know,
and if you watch the other seasons, I'm gonna say this: you are gonna have a much better impact. Clearly, you will definitely have a much better impact. But I think for people who haven't, they're still gonna have a good time. I think people who watch these first 2 episodes are gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm in."
I feel like, to be honest, with you saying it like that, I feel like, if anything, I could see a lot more people feeling about it the way that Tim does. You saying it that way, because you had these 3 seasons and then a 7-year lead up, and then you finally see the people that you were with for 3 seasons and that you really liked, and then one of them just dies literally right at the beginning.
Even though they killed someone who is a really important character in Matt's journey, people are still
rocking with it.
They're still rocking with it.
I can see, though, I could see where you're coming from with that, though, Tim. Like, how that can feel anticlimactic. It's like almost in a way, like, would have been better if he just, like, died off camera somewhere in between, like, time or whatever, versus, like, as soon as you see him, then it's like, dead, old girl, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Well,
you didn't talk to me, then I never return your calls. Okay, I'm leaving now. You know, it feels like the rug just got pulled out, you know. I can understand that.
I think this is a good fight because we're arguing about, like, the form of the storytelling rather than necessarily, like, the route of the storytelling. So I'll just get into real quick of what I think about the episodes. I think they're great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more. I think everybody glowed up really well. I think everybody did a great job fitting right on back into their roles with what's happening. There's definitely more digital effects happening with Daredevil in action. It's been some time, so he's a little bit more Spider-Man-y now. He can fly around and do all these crazy acrobatics. There were times where I was like, that's very digital, especially that first shot where he, like, lands on the fire escape or something. I was like, it whiplashed me a little.
The CGI backdrop, classic Marvel.
Yeah,
that was one of my issues
whiplashed
overall.
me a little bit, but it didn't look bad. It's just that I think my brain is just so was wired for this show to just be so practical that when it did go digital, I was like,
yeah.
They're still playing it pretty loose with MCU ties. All they've really done is be like, we don't need a man with horns, and we don't need a man in a spider costume flying around our city. Like, everyone is like, oh man, they're doing it. They're bringing it in. Not really. They're still playing it pretty fast and loose. They haven't talked about the snap, really. They haven't talked. I mean, the snap in and of itself is one of those kinds of things would be such a devastating event that it would honestly kind of define the course of history for the foreseeable future. And for nobody to really ever bring it up feels very strange. And a lot of, like, there's been a lot of conveniences. It is such a complicated plot device when it comes to the MCU that it feels like everybody's solution has just been to be like, oh no, they didn't get snapped.
Because it worked in Endgame, right?
The solution
has
has been that, like, oh, them? What happened? Like, none of Peter's friends got snapped. None of these people got snapped. None of those people got snapped. And I'm like, I'm sorry. The most amount of times I've ever flipped a coin in my life and gotten heads is 13. But eventually tails came up. Because, I mean, your odds of flipping heads or tails are 50-50. but your odds of flipping 2 heads are 1 in 4. You know what I mean? The odds of just all of these people just being like, no, it didn't happen to us, is so low, it's absurd. I'm not saying these people should have been snapped. This person should have been. That person should have been.
Right.
Half of everyone, everything, every pet, every bug, every termite, every spider, half of every piece of life disappeared and then 5 years later popped back in out of nowhere. That's insane. Daredevil has stayed largely disconnected from all that and just kind of been like, nope, they all made it. Everyone was fine. Everything was great. None of Daredevil's friends got zapped, but all of Ant-Man's friends did. All of that aside, in a capsule, these episodes are great. I do find the opening to be a little emotionally manipulative. It did have punch. It did have impact. I think it would have been more impactful if it was not the opener. If that had been like just further down the line in this season, it would have been, I think, more of like a... it's a what the f*** no matter when it happens. Is it the only way to split up the group? I don't think it is. I really like the way that the editing is playing into Matt's senses, and they're largely doing that with the sound. It'd be really cool if they kind of brought more of like these street hero kind of back into the fold, so to speak. If we need another PI, let's call Jessica. Come on in. Like, the water's fine. Let's go. He knows she's good at what she does. Not every crossover needs to be announced. That's one thing I kind of wish the MCU would get under wraps a bit more. It's one thing to have Stan Lee show up and be like, hey guys, I'm in the movie. But it's another thing to kind of just let this world organically cross over and just don't like make a big deal out of it. Let us make a big deal out of it. I get what you're saying, Joseph, about axing the old to bring in the new. I just don't necessarily think I agree with it wholeheartedly.
I would just like to say I had this theory. I said it to him like months ago, and I was like, bro, I think they're going to kill Foggy.
Yeah, and I was a doubter.
And I remember you were like,
you can't even look up the cast list of this show without it being spoiled. Because if you look up the cast list, it says blah, 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 plays this character for 1 episode. It would take me a bit of time to come up with, like, here's 3 scenarios that could have fractured the group in some way. There's a case that could break them. Maybe they all think there's a certain case that should be approached differently, and it encroaches on each of their morals so egregiously that it fractures the firm. That's totally believable. It happened in these first 2 episodes when he took on the case of this guy that made it look like he murdered a cop, and his partner was like, we can't take this case, the whole NYPD would come up against us. And he's like, I believe in this case, and we said we would take hard cases. That's a very real facet of this world, and it's something that could have fractured this group in a way that didn't feel as manipulative. Because now we also have her being like, I'm in San Francisco now. There are 3 main characters in the original show. 2 of them are not a part of the story anymore for reasons that do not feel yet fully justified. The show is good. Like I said, the writing is good. The characters are great. Outside of just being some shock value. And yes, it was shocking. You know, you heard me yell, what the f*** at my computer super loud. I am also pretty interested in some of the dynamics I'm going on. There's a dynamic happening here where toward the end of the 2nd episode, we see the tattoo on the cop's wrist that is basically of Punisher's skull. There is, in real life, some very, very far-right fringe movements that actually use the Punisher skull as a logo for some of their decor. It is wholeheartedly believable that some folks in the police force who would be on Frank Castle's side would adopt his ideology and start branding themselves with his mark. So you don't think it was like a little emotionally manipulative at all, Joseph?
Personally, no. And this is somebody who loves the series. Like, I've been in love with it. I've been craving this. I was pissed off when they canceled it, when Netflix
I was too.
Canceled this.
Everybody was.
Yeah.
The whole production crew thought it was too big to fail.
Like, you know, it didn't make sense seeing that headline, but then you realized, haha, I want that. My name's Mickey, and we're gonna make you wait 7 years for this.
7 years is a long time. I have a segment idea for when we react to shows. That is called a dramatic reading. I gotta put on my fedora.
Oh.
The glasses. And I got to give my
Oh.
artiste's rendition of a really stupid review of the good show we just saw.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea.
This
yeah.
is off IMDb. This
baby.
person has reviewed 3 things, and he gave Nosferatu a 3 out of 10.
Oh God.
He has given Daredevil Born Again a 1 out of 10. So I gotta put on
this guy.
I gotta put on my drum. Oh wait, just wait, man. If I wear these glasses,
Wait,
it reflects
is this the
so
overall
much.
review, like the show
It
review, or the
reflects so
episode
much.
review?
I think overall, but I'm
okay.
I gotta get into
need to
character. I gotta give a good reading of this. Okay, just don't pull it up, Joseph. Just react with us. Just react in the moment.
Fine.
Just react with Rich. Let it wash over you. Okay. Title: Stupid series. Eyesight is the most vital sense of every creature's on this planet. If you don't believe it, just close your eyes for a few minutes and you will understand that without it, the world is just darkness and voices coming from every direction. Imagine a world without eyesight. Honestly, wouldn't we constantly bump against each other like confused masses of sacks filled with potatoes? Would we be like blind rats scurrying around in underground holes aimlessly, pointlessly? Yes, other senses would help us make a little sense of our world, but would them make us superheroes? How could a blind person, without any insult or offense to the blind, be so fast, so quick, so agile, and so supernaturally powerful to bring down the most wicked of villains? Why don't the fans just pause for a minute and think about how can a blind person be so strong and powerful that even a big army of SEALs cannot defeat? Wake up, people. You are living in a totally unrealistic world. Is this your idealistic view of a superhero? Isn't it the reason that America lost most of the wars that she waged so far around the world? Yes, other senses would help us make a little sense of our world, but would them make us superheroes? Yes, they repeat themselves and say superheroes. So they repeated like 2 paragraphs. So I'm just going to skip a little bit ahead here. Why doesn't USA send this Daredevil to eliminate the so-called terrorists around the world? Or why America does not send him to Ukraine to defeat Russian troops instead of sending millions of American taxpayers' dollars to Ukraine? Send Daredevil and the war between Ukraine and Russia would be over in just the blink of an eye. Stupid series and moronic concept of superhero. Wake up, people. You are living in a totally unrealistic world.
Well,
oh my God.
It's called the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'll leave it at that.
Thank you, everyone.
God,
that was my read. Thank you.
8 out of 10 review. 8 out of 10 review.
Yeah, they repeated 2 paragraphs and spelt superheroes SUPERHEROS. Super Harris.
I guess we know our solution for the war.
Yeah, guys. Daredevil could solve that war in 24 hours.
Daredevil is the final solution we need.